Going live.
Oh God.
Nice.
I was like, let me get on the page so I can share it.
we have like 10 more seconds. Okay. And boom. Hello, Unleashed Tribe community. Super excited to have you here today for this season finale. I am so pumped. We have done this for 8 consecutive weeks.
That is crazy.
It's really been that long. Y'all need to just thank Rona, because in normal old times, there's no way this would have went down.
Yeah.
But I am just like super pumped. So I'm going to introduce my guest here shortly. If you would like to go ahead and share this anywhere, let's go ahead and get the sharing done. I'm about to plug this a few places, and then Adriana, we will be getting started. I'm just super excited. Y'all do not understand that when I met Adriana, I think it was like 2 years ago, I don't think she would have jumped on a live with me.
No, I would not. And like even now, it's just like, it's still...
I am super duper pumped because y'all about to get this analytic insights magic today. I don't know if she's going to talk about this part, but she's like super organized too and really good. She might not believe it, but she's like super duper good with like organizing and getting life together and delegating and telling you what you need to delegate. So, okay. Got that shared there. Boom, bow.
All right.
All right. Well, the ball's in your court first to tell us. I know, right? Who you are, who you is, what you do about your biz, all that good stuff. All right.
So I still feel like I don't explain it enough, but I am Adriana. I am a consultant and virtual assistant to service-based, well, pretty much female. I mainly work with women. So women entrepreneurs is service-based that work online. So that's my little thing in my area. But let's see. With that, pretty much I just kind of help come up with like programs and systems to help you run in your business. So by the time you're ready to delegate and expand, you can either come to my, which I prefer, come to my virtual assistant side where we just take over the stuff for you because we already have you set up and everything, or you're just set up for whoever you decide to go to, like with that. But like the two components seem like they go well hand in hand with that.
Yes, they most definitely do. Like she's a beast in the virtual assistant space, as well as in that consulting space of just being able to better educate, service-based business owners online, how to really navigate. It's a lot different, and it's a lot different than brick and mortar, but it's also ever changing.
Yes.
Right. So someone can be in the industry for years and still need help. Because if you aren't staying abreast to the changes that are going on, you can get lost in the sauce. The way that you grow online today and the way you grew online 7 years ago when I first started are drastically. I mean,
I can only imagine.
Drastically different, like night and day. So with that, how did you get into this line of work? How did this fall in your lap? Did you just, get a knock at the door? What happened? How did you get here?
Well, a mix of two things. One, at the time, I was working at a nonprofit here locally in Somerville with Megan called I Am Voices. And I was kind of already doing like virtual assistant stuff, but I didn't have it I didn't know what to title it. So I was doing that, and she kind of like gave me the idea. She's like, hey, why don't you start a business? Like, do this as a business. Because at the time I was planning on starting a job because times was rough. It was like my husband just got the army, and like after they cut like that little money supply off, reality really set in. It was just like, yeah, we got to figure out something else or get some extra money coming in. But anywho, that's where that came from. And like, she was like, why don't you just go ahead and start a business? Like, she's like, you're already doing this. All you got to do is do this and like help get started and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, why not? I was like, I need to do something. and just kind of like did some research on it and just kind of been navigating my way since then.
Awesome. Wow. Okay, good. You fell into it and you needed it and you were good at it. So it just like worked out.
Yeah.
Right? Dope. So let's talk what we're really here to talk about today, y'all. All things analytics and insights. So let's just start off with the back. What in the world? What is that? What are analytics? What are insights? What's Google?
I know. I was like, all right. In simple terms, analytics are like pretty much the numbers that I was like, I wrote it down too. It's like, I just wrote down numbers. They're pretty much the numbers that tell you if you're heading in the right direction with your business and your audience. And pretty much they just tell you like everything you need to know about your business if you know how to read them.
Okay, boom.
Yeah.
So
the thing I can think of, like, to really say it.
You gave us a very, very simple answer. So I'm gonna ask, let's see, which one, if a business is on Instagram and Facebook, which analytics would you say they should, let's just say their target audience is 28 to 40, right? And it's women. Which one would they focus on? And then when they get to that platform, which insights should they be like looking at the most?
So for like, if you're just focusing on Instagram, you can just use their, you can focus on Instagram's native scheduler that they have. They keep like changing up the place, but they have like a scheduler insights tool that you can read. That's I find it pretty good. Like you can use other third-party websites for it, but Instagram, like you look and it tells you like pretty much everything you need to know. Just go into your audience and it tells you like this is who you are attracting with your content. And if you're trying to navigate or try to lead to somewhere else, you need to kind of either switch up like the words of your content. Like, okay, like you're 28, what's that, millennials or something? I think I should know. Yeah. I'm 28.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
But yeah, so if you're trying to navigate with them, kind of, how do I shorten this? With Instagram, I'm trying to think how I want to shorten this. For Instagram, it's like a mix of like the insights, the content, and then also hashtags. So it's like you actually have to do some hashtag research as well. In addition to that, if you're trying to attract a certain audience, but you can also read your Instagram and Facebook insights in Creator Studio. That's under your publishing tools on Facebook. So they have like a analytics side is there. You can actually read both your Facebook and Instagram and kind of look at your audience and track it that way. So that's something, if you didn't know that was there, go to your business page. If you don't have a business page, please get one and go to and start posting and seeing how you're doing. Because if you don't have a business page, it's kind of like you can't really do anything about it. It's like you're kind of speaking to the wall at this point. It's like, okay, hopefully I'll drag or get somebody in, but yeah, please get a business page if you don't have one.
Right, because that's the best way for you to see your insights, and that's also the only way that you can run ads is if you have a business page. So definitely get one. But who knew about Creator Studio? Like, jump in the comments. Did you know about Creator Studio?
People don't know that Facebook has that. No, but to be fair, they just came out with, well, not just, it's been a while. November of last year, they came out with Creator Studio. So that's what happened with that, and why some people couldn't like schedule their posts anymore on Facebook just because they moved everything.
Yeah, because they moved everything, and when they moved to Creator Studio, it definitely hurt me a little bit because you have to go into Creator Studio to do the publishing. You can't do it native from like just the page. And on the app, you have to use Facebook pages. Yeah. And I'm like, man, why?
I know. I was like, hopefully they like kind of bring that back. I was like, that was so inconvenient.
It was so inconvenient. But on the bright side, the things that they added, such as being able to compare your analytics.
Exactly.
That was good stuff. That was good stuff. So we have some folks who are like, no, I did not know that. Oh, I was trying to schedule last night and it wouldn't work. Got it. I didn't know. So people are getting some information that is amazing. I'm so glad y'all are learning something here. So boom, we know about Creator Studio. We know about, how to reach your demographic. So as a business owner, what can knowing more about your analytics do for you, especially if you operate in the online space?
Okay, for one, like since we were talking about Creator Studio, they have like the monetization tool now in there, so you can kind of see like if you have like enough page likes, who's viewing your content and all that stuff. So that's one thing I kind of want to give a tip on too. Like if you're trying to build up your page, I know it gets daunting, or like you see other people having like 10K or whatever, but please do not do like the follow trains here on Facebook or Instagram just because it actually hurts your numbers. So Facebook, like our posts only show maybe whoever likes your page, maybe 6 to 10% of those people actually see your post. And if you're like doing like the follow trains or whatever else is out there they have, you're actually hurting yourself because those people sometimes tend not to even like engage with their content, or they'll just do the like unlike thing anyways. So at the end of the day, you're stuck there. Or if you do have the numbers, you're stuck there. You can't monetize or do anything with your platform just because you got the wrong type of people following you. So
and that was 6 to 8% of the people see it, right?
Yeah, like if you have like 200 people, only 6% maybe. Like on Facebook, I think I was reading, like as the latest, like 6% actually see your post on your business page. So yeah, it's super low. So like people are complaining about how like people aren't seeing your posts, which is true. They aren't seeing it. And if
they aren't.
They really aren't. And like unless you're actually like physically clicking on their page to go like their content, so it'll show up more on your feed. It's not like it's just sitting there.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna show, hopefully I can show something that you can lead people to, which is like a tool for folks. They can select the see first thing. And this is something that you can tell to like your A1 day one type supporters so that they can at least help you with that. Like make sure they're in your demographic, right? Because you want them to be, but also, you know, it's you teaching them something that they don't necessarily know either. Like none of us know. So hopefully this works out, friends. We'll see. Technology is only nice when we let it be.
I know, right?
So from here, you would tell folks to follow you, right? And so then it goes to default. Default is when people begin to fall in that 6 to 8% range. But if you do click see first, they then end up seeing your business page post in their regular news feed. And we know that the news feed is not in chronological order. So it still doesn't mean they're going to see them right then and right there, right now. But they're going to have a better chance of seeing them than they would if they did not select the see first.
Exactly.
So that's a timeless gem that I just want to add in there. I don't remember how I learned that, when I learned that, or why I learned that. But in trying to navigate this social media space thing, I wanted to use that to then lead into like the next question of how do you, so I know that you offer some services around hashtag help. I know that's not what it's called, but around hashtag help and reading analytics and helping people navigate little hacks like that. Drop some gems for us. Like what are some of those things that, you know, you offer and some things that you've found to be just like knowledge that's not so common?
Okay, well, first, mine lately, Instagram has been like popping. Everyone wants to know like or increase their Instagram usage just because the engagement is a lot better on that platform. For me, I usually do hashtag research a lot because a lot of times, myself included, I had to do the same thing, but a lot of times we're using the wrong type of hashtags. We're using like a super generic or like, okay, I'm a business owner. You plug in business owner. Meanwhile, there's like 20 other million people using that hashtag. So your posts are getting lost and you're wondering why you're not getting any engagement. Or on the flip side, even if you do use like the correct hashtags, a lot of times, sometimes they just don't see it right away just because they're using like the lower level ones. And it takes a while for that to build up because sometimes people come like months later like, oh, okay, that she does that, because I've had that happen. But hashtag research, what else do I do? It's a lot. Like helping with like the analytics and consultation. Sometimes I'll do like the personalized analytic readings, and then we'll figure out like a content strategy out of that, like based on what you're posting and how your numbers are looking, who you want to post. Yeah, just a whole whatever thing that revolves around that. Usually like, I could just come up with something, but I forgot the question.
What are some of the are there any common questions? Like, I know people come to you about like why nobody sees my post, right?
Yeah.
But outside of that, and when you start looking at live analytics, so I'm gonna pull up my live analytics. I'm not gonna share screen, y'all, because I don't even know if I'm gonna get there in time. But basically what I'm about to pull up is my analytics, and I'm gonna ask you a question about, like, I'm trying to read between like reach, impressions, this, that, what, you know.
Yeah.
Now, so here's the thing. Now we've taught people, we've shown people what about Creator Studio, right? But now they're in there and they're like, bruh,
yeah,
what in the world? What in the world is this? You know, what is all of this back here? So I'm on the Insights tab and I'm diving in, and I see that if I could get to my darn Insights tab, then we'd be good, right? So I see that my boom, 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 boom. Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, okay.
Yeah. My page reach is at 513 and it's up 15%. And my post engagement 126 is up 70% and I'm looking at it from a 7-day summary, right?
Yeah.
And so on my 7-day summary, basically everything is up. And as I look at June, though, the whole entire month, all of them are down on this particular page that I'm looking at, right? Yeah. So what are some of the things up in here that people need to pay attention to? Reach, views, engagement. Where are we at? What are we looking at?
Okay, so, well, just to kind of clarify, like the reach and impression, because that's a lot of people get confused with it too. Reach is how many profiles you like your video or your post actually reach. So like there's 500, I forgot the number, but 500 people, 500 different profiles saw your post, or it reached 500 profiles. The impressions though, that number ranges. It could be that one person saw your post 10 times. So the impressions is how many times your posts or videos or whatever have been seen. It could be by the same person though. So that's the difference between those two. So that's why the impressions tend to be like a lot higher versus the actual reach. So that's where that comes from. And then with the increases in your numbers, what's that showing? People really like that content. Either a lot of people are online, they really like that content, or pretty much, honestly, the numbers, people really like that content for the week. So it's just like, that tells me like, okay, maybe I should do more content like that, or talk whatever you were talking about that week, kind of revolve content around that for next week, or kind of like mix it in, or kind of bring in whatever you talked about like this week into next week, stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff it tells me.
Ooh, awesome. So that sounds to me like, if I'm, let's just say someone on here, you're promoting an event, right?
Yeah.
It sounds to me like you really want to dive into what pictures and hashtags and captions, which ones have performed really well over that 7-day period, so that you can then use those, the ones that performed well, you want to use stuff like that again.
Yeah.
The ones that didn't do as well, you want to kind of mix those in. Because like, for me, I know that like a flyer isn't going to do as well as me saying,
exactly.
Tab, so, mixing in those so that it doesn't hurt my numbers when I post a flyer, because my numbers did so good.
Yeah.
When I posted something else. Okay. All right, y'all. Masterclass going on about analytics. Give us likes, hearts. Drop any questions you might have in the comments for Adriana, because when she's gone, you'll have to pay for these answers.
Yes.
You'll have to pay for these answers. Okay, so now I've switched platforms. I'm now over on to Instagram. I'm gonna do like the YouTubers do and like put my hand behind the thing to see if it shows on the screen. But now I've gone over to Instagram, and I'm just gonna pick a random post to go through or whatever. This happens to be a video post that I'm going to ask about. I posted it 6 days ago, and we're going to look at the insights. So it has 61 likes, a comment, one public share. The reach was 642. So that's, thank you. So for me though, that's a little low. So that was alarming. I was like, what time did I post that? What was it about that post that it wasn't? Another thing was that it wasn't something that I typically post. So I was like, oh, questions here because, right?
Yeah. So but to be fair, sorry, I'm about to start.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say too. Also, we need to pay attention to like what's going on outside, like in the outside world too, because like Juneteenth and all that stuff, like engagement was really low. Like even maximizing like the hashtag and all that stuff, engagement is really low unless you added like Juneteenth or you added something along those lines to kind of boost up your posts. So that could be like another reason. Like whatever is going on like outside in the world, usually our numbers will decrease.
Ooh, thanks. All right, y'all. A holiday is coming up. Whether you celebrate it or not, 4th of July is a nationwide like holiday is coming up. So be cognitive of that as you think about what you're going to be posting, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, even Thursday, right? Some people are going to start. So it's going to be 4th of July, and that may or may not impact your numbers. So just be aware of that. But also, I was trying to give myself a little grace around like what was high for me on this one was my hashtag. So from hashtags was 84. Typically, I'm not that good at these hashtag things. So a lot of my traffic does not come from hashtags. But I'm saying all of this while we're talking to say that whoever you are out there in the internet world, need to know before working with someone like Adriana, it's very important for you to know your numbers, right? Even if that number is 0, doggone it, you be like, I've been on 0 for a while because I haven't posted. Or, when I'm doing really well, my reach is around 100, 200. Right? You need to be able to articulate it. Well, even if you can't, but the more that you can tell a consultant in this field, the more bang you get for your buck.
Exactly.
Excuse me. Right? So the more you know about your audience, right? Like, so when someone comes to you, so I'm Tabitha, right? I'm here. I'm ready to get started. What are some of the services that you offer for social media folks?
Well, usually we do like the full blown from like the little stuff from like research and everything to full blown like just taking over your profile and just taking care of everything versus I don't know, just just like I'm trying to think what other little stuff you'll look for, but usually like either like the full social media management, like the different platforms, or just doing like helping you navigate your own social media.
Oh, so, okay. Okay, so I'm here now and I want the help me help myself package. You know me, I'm really good for that, right? So help me help myself, right? What do I need to know about my own business or audience before I come to you?
I would say the very, very least is have some kind of like audience identity. Like, who do you want? Like, do you want to help women? Okay. What kind of women? Do you want to help someone like single moms? Do you want to help married women? It doesn't matter. Do you want somebody that has kids? No kids? Do you want somebody that's like in a particular age frame? Are they at a certain spot in their life? Stuff like that. Those are actually like really helpful when it comes to social media. So we know how to portray the message. And, the very least I just ask is like your audience. It might be a lot, but like at least some ideas. Like even if you have like I don't want to say generic product, but like if you have something that can kind of go for everybody, even then like you can kind of say like who do you want to like sell to more so? Like someone that's like financially stable, or do you want to help somebody that's just anything that goes towards your audience is the most helpful. Like before you start. Like even if you just like started your page, you need like some kind of direction. Like we can help with that. Just need your audience.
The more you know about your audience, the better, basically, because the more that you know about your audience, it may be the less time, the less amount or least amount, y'all get my words together today. You may not have to have as many consultations, right? Because you came in knowing I was able to get, not me, Adriana was able to give you, some hashtag research, some content strategy planning and prep, and then you were able to go on about your merry way because you knew who you were talking to. If you don't know who you're talking to, then that's going to take a little bit more time, energy, and money for the two of you to work together to know your who, what, when, where, why. Back when I first started working with Adriana, I was not as niche down as I am now, and I'm not that niche down now. I'm still working on it. But I was like, oh, I could speak to women, or I could speak to corporate, or I could speak to kids, or I could do this and that and that. And I'm trying to get her to help me help myself, but I'm not necessarily providing her with the best information, if you will, to be able to accomplish that. But over time, it was like, okay, no, this is what I'm focusing on this month.
Hey, but you doing so good though. Like now, like we both were like trying to figure out our way.
Trying to figure it out. But I say that to say it takes some figuring out. So don't beat yourself up because you didn't know about Creator Studio. Don't beat yourself up because you don't know how to read those analytics, or you don't know what your baseline number is. Like for me, when I was like, oh, that was, it was a video and it only did like 680. That's not typical, what was going on. And then you were able to say, well, there was also a holiday, different things like that. And then I'm able to say, okay, there was a holiday. Let me look at my hashtag. This gets deep.
Yeah.
This gets deep. So shameless plug to, if you don't want to get that deep, but social media plays a big role in your business. If it doesn't play a big role, then I'm not going to say that you need to spend a lot of time on this. But if it plays a big role, especially in times like this, if it plays a big role, it is worth how much is the hashtag research thing?
The very small package I have is like $50. It's just hashtag research.
$50, y'all. $50 for a hashtag research. I'm telling you, it's worth it. If this is something that you can utilize in your business, right? I'm not saying just drop $50 for your personal IG. Yeah. If this is something you can use as a business tool to help you, do it. Furthermore, I will say I run ads. I've spent a lot of money on ads. I'm starting to spend more money on ads as I prepare for my book launch. New book coming, y'all, shameless plug. As I prepare for my book launch and I prepare my ad spend, knowing all of this stuff of like how I operate just organically is very important.
Yeah.
So then I can read my ads, like, is this going well? Is this not going well? And even for my clients who I do either partial management for or full management for, it's if I'm, trying to be a better strategy coach, I might invest the $50 in the hashtag research just so that I know that we are on track to getting the client to where the client needs to go. Mm-hmm. Right? Like if you don't just buy it and it's like, oh, I got these hashtags now. Let me copy paste and throw them in there. Are you going back and looking at the numbers? Mm-hmm. Right? Or are you saying, hey, can I call you for like a consultation?
Yeah.
Every now and then. Okay, so what are the hot things that are selling over there? What do I need to drop in the comments so people can work with you? I know that you're limited service this summer, but you still have some good stuff coming down the pipeline. You have a group. Just drop the things. I know talking about yourself is not it, but you're going to do it today.
Okay. Well, for me, I have the digital store. I have like custom, not custom. I have some research hashtags I have in the store, and I have the class and some other stuff in the Avis store. So on PayHip. What else? I have an online boot camp coming up, which Tabitha, I got to talk to you soon about that, about speaking.
What is the Avis store PayHip link? Is it Backslash Avis.
Yeah, backslash Avis LLC. And then what else are we talking about? The online boot camp. We're gonna be talking about like website. We're gonna talk about everything, like email marketing, website, social media, the analytics side, and just posting content, along with some other stuff that gets you ready for like your online business for success. That will be coming in August. I don't have the link for that yet, but it'll be coming out once I finish rebuilding my website. And speaking of the website, I do have a normal website, but I am taking that down for the next couple of weeks because I'm doing a revamp just to prepare for some like the newer stuff coming in. So yeah, so pretty much you can just find me. I mostly hang out on Instagram just because I just like being on Instagram and just talking randomly to people. And
okay, that leads me to another question because we have just a few more seconds. How has that benefited your business over the last 2.5 years, just jumping on Instagram and connecting with folks?
It has helped a lot. Now that I know what I'm doing, should I say, because when I first started, it was just kind of like I was posting. I didn't really have any direction, just kind of like posting anything. I heard people like, oh, just post this. There's like a social media content calendar. Just post this. You'll do fine. But it's like I still didn't have like any strategy behind my words or anything. So it was just took some time, but like Instagram is so awesome when it comes to engagement and people like being a funnel for your business. It's just having to learn how to actually use it and finding the people you actually want to talk to. And
that part. Finding the people, find your people, whichever platform is going to be your platform. Find your people. On there, find your people, find the people that need what you have, or you need them to feed you so that you can do what you do. And ignore all the rest. As a business owner, you cannot use or look at social media the same way you did as just a person. It's totally different, because what you're doing as a business owner is assessing the way consumers think. And what they see and what they consume and what they do. It's totally different than just, strolling and liking your friend's new baby. It's a lot different. A lot different. All right. So leave us with, let's see, what you want to leave us with?
I guess my thing is, don't, like what Tabitha said earlier, don't beat yourself up if you're just realizing what those numbers are, or if you even you didn't even give it like a second thought to even check it. Like, don't feel bad about that. Like the analytics, I'm still like learning new stuff as they keep coming out with stuff. So don't feel like you need to catch up or anything. Just know the very basics, like the reach and impressions, knowing stuff like that actually is super helpful too. But don't beat yourself up. Take the time to learn, even if it's just a 10-15 minutes, each week, just kind of read over everything. I always say to compare your website one as well, just to see if there's actually traction going on between both, especially if you do have a website, should I say. But yeah, just don't beat yourself up and just take the time to learn. It's super helpful. Even if you're not on social media much, just take the time to learn to do the basics or understand the basics.
What if I don't have a website? Can I still rock it on social?
Oh yeah, there are some people you can got Instagram can hook you up. You have the shops and stuff on there now, or sometimes I'll tell people just get a little free website from Square, or if you sell products, or just get your scheduling tool and you're set. Yeah. So yeah, you don't have to start a website right away. That's another conversation though, but
right, that's another time.
Yeah, that's another conversation.
I'm gonna come back. Well, thank you so very much for being with us today. Super duper insightful. Not a play on words, but super duper insightful way to end the season. And also, thank you so much for tuning in to almost all of the other ones. I think you've chimed in.
I tried to catch it.
Yes, a shout out to you for being here and being an avid supporter. I truly do appreciate it, and I appreciate you sharing the gems. To everyone joining on the internet or catching this on the replay, be sure to check out the PayHip store, check out her Instagram, check out the ways that you can connect, because knowing your insights can help you to just better navigate in the online space. And I mean, I didn't even ask about Google Analytics because that's a whole nother conversation.
Girl, I did a video on that for an hour. I was like, that we don't need to. Yeah, we'll cover that another time.
An hour?
almost an hour. There's so much I was like, I wanted to hit on. I was like, oh, wait. All right, but yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, Facebook, I am ending the stream. You all have a great one.